Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire, and if you're new here, my channel is all about taking gentle steps to guide your life from where it is in your day-to-day now to actually being aligned with your authentic self, your soul's purpose, and the life that you've always dreamed of living. So for today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how do you overcome the overwhelm in life when you have so much to do and you really just wish you had a magic wand to get everything done for you, organize it all so you don't have to think about it, and just feel like you have a plan and that you have some control over your life, which at times feels like we don't have any control at all, which is probably the case for a large volume of what happens in life. But there is definitely an area that we are able to control, an area that we are able to take accountability for and move ourselves forward in. So the reason that this topic is very near and dear to my life is I definitely have a tendency to overcommit, to dream big, and wanting to accomplish all the things I want to accomplish immediately. So, for example, I would be working full-time, I would be in school full-time, I would be chasing other things on the side in terms of goals and dreams, and it can definitely feel overwhelming when you are trying to find a way to organize that, still have a work productivity / life balance, have the time to rest and recuperate and really honor yourself in that level and have that element of self-care. And how do you balance everything? How do you keep it straight in your mind without kind of going crazy and feeling like you've taken on too much once again and you kind of don't know the path forward, you feel like you're paralyzed and stuck and you fall into the procrastination cycle, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're behind on everything. How do you catch up? And for me, the secret to that is not really a secret. It's kind of just making sure that I know what's upcoming, making sure that I have a plan, that I set myself deadlines. Some of the deadlines I personally set for my style, I would have be concrete deadlines, definitely need to hit those, no excuses. And then for me, I like to have other deadlines that are flexible because if I have so many moving parts, maybe I feel more inspired in one project rather than another. And so that's the one that intuitively I feel like I want to work on because I'm going to be the most productive. I'm going to get through stuff a lot more quickly if I focus on what I feel in line with doing rather than forcing myself to do something else when I'm inspired in a certain area. So I like to be able to have an idea of what I'm wanting to accomplish in each goal or project that I'm working on, but also give myself that flexibility to have that connection with myself and trust my intuition and follow my inspiration and do what feels good rather than forcing something that doesn't feel right at that time. So this for me, it's very much what my life has been for the past probably 6-7 months, and that inspired me to figure out a system that I could create for myself to coordinate everything, to make me feel like I'm not losing my mind, still give myself the time to rest, still give myself the time for joyful activities, for feeling like if I need to take a week to go on a trip, which I am doing next week, that I can do that and I can shut down the bulk of the things on my plate, take that time to enjoy the experience, be in the moment, and then come back and reshuffle things as I need to. So for me personally, I was thinking I love to have things where I can see them visually. So for me, I'm very much, to an extent, an out of sight, out of mind person. So I will have this running to-do list in my head, but if I don't have something in a place where I can see it, I'm often not sparked to remember it if it's not already on my to-do list. And I think that's why I'm such a planner, because I know if I don't have it written somewhere that I'm referring to, it will also will often kind of go to the back burner, and I'll forget about it until I suddenly realize, oh shoot, I forgot to do this. And then I kind of go back to it at that point. And so I feel like that is why I am naturally inclined to want to plan and want to have an idea in front of me of what my path ahead looks like and all the things that encompass that. So because I am such a visual person, to me, what makes sense is to, have a planning system that is somewhere in front of me. So for me, that is something that I'm wanting to translate into a wall planning kit. And that originally the idea sparked because it was something I felt I needed. And I feel like it's something that would help a lot of people, especially in this day and age where we're all so busy. So that's actually what I'm creating for my August launch, which I'm really excited to share. So I am calling it the Overcome the Overwhelm Wall Planning Kit. And it is going to be a bundle. And so the main premise is obviously that everything can go on the wall. However, it can also be something that if you prefer to have it like printed in a binder, you're able to do that. But for me, because I am so visually inclined, the wall planning component was really important for me. So it's going to consist of a calendar so you can see at a glance, what's upcoming, what do you need to get done. It's going to have a delegation system, so you can color code if you have others in your life that you would like to take on certain tasks or responsibility or things that they own that you would also like to have on this calendar system. You can do that through the delegation piece, and that would allow you to kind of have this wall planning bundle somewhere that is a public space in your home that maybe your kids have access to, your partner has access to, and they can help contribute and help with the planning, because I know we often tend to try to keep that to ourselves and keep the control, but relinquishing that control is ultimately going to be what helps get some things done, because we can't control everything, and it frees up the headspace to focus on the things that you can control, that you can take action on. So along the theme of keeping things visual, the other component within this bundle is going to be progress trackers. So for different areas of your life or different goals that you set, you will be able to have a tracker that you can color in and actually see you chipping away at your goal, because as you know, I believe in small daily rituals or regular rituals that over time consolidate to get you to your goal. And with that, sometimes we lose track of the progress we have made. So having those progress trackers to be able to check in and see that we are moving towards those goals, those dreams, I feel is a very helpful tool for that. And then keeping along the theme of my prior bundle, so not a wall planning component, but there will be the daily ritual cards for the Overwhelm or Overcome the Overwhelm bundle. So those are going to be mini cards that you can print that are 5 different categories, and you can essentially shuffle them, pull a card, and it will give you a prompt either for a meditation or a reflection exercise or other maybe actions that it's prompting you to take. So maybe go for a walk, go out and sit in nature, do something to do with self-care, and there will be different prompts that you can kind of see as you're shuffling, and you pick a random one that you're guided to pick. There will also be a guided visualization included in this bundle, and then there will also be a new journal workbook that has 24 journal prompts that you can go through, select which one you're wanting to do, and then on the included pages you would be able to go through and do your free flow writing, which I am a huge believer in, and I'm very excited to kind of have a new volume of that. And then the other item in the bundle is going to be a worksheet for goal setting. So actually giving you the tools to take your goals and your things that you need to or are wanting to do, or your dreams, and break them down. So maybe you have an idea of what you're wanting to accomplish, in the next year. how do you break that down to small actionable steps that I'm encouraging you to take, and the process that I do to do the reverse engineer goal setting to break it down to actionable steps, to actually get the steps to put into your planner and your wall planning kit. So I am really, really excited about this bundle and sharing these tools for others to help them actually be able to overcome the overwhelm, take all of these massive ideas that you're not sure how to take actions on, and actually be able to break them down into those steps that you can take, rather than just saying, oh, you should, just break it down into steps. Actually providing the tools of how you would get them down to those tangible steps that you can take on a regular basis. So this is going to be launching next week. So on August 14th, we will be launching this bundle. I will include the waitlist in the description below, and the waitlist will give you 30% off on our launch weekend. So very excited about that. And if you have any questions about the products or anything, please do put them in the comments. I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And if you do have any suggestions of other tools that you would like to see in the future, other items, please do share that in the comments as well. I do already have a couple things in the pipeline that I'm working on, but I always love suggestions and to see what other people would like to see from me and from the Clarity Planning Company. And I am hoping that you will love what I have come up with. I'm wishing you all a beautiful week ahead.